Hi, good evening, and a warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar. We'll wait for a couple of minutes to allow everyone to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started with today's discussion. I'll take a couple of seconds to check on the live stream because most of you would want to access the recording of today's session. And for that, it is important that we have the live stream working properly. So I will quickly check on the live stream and then be back with you in a few seconds. Perfect. It is working fine. So is where let's move on to the next important point. And I can see there are a few participants who have raised their hands. I would request if you can put your question or if there's anything that you would want to ask me, please use the Q&A option. So down below, if you are joining through a laptop or desktop, you will see there's an option which says Q&A. Kindly use that to ask your question, and that goes for the other questions or anything that you would want to discuss with me, ask me. For that, you should be using the Q&A option. There's another option called chat that you will also find down below in the navigation. So chat is something that we will not use for questions, because what happens sometimes there's a lot of exchange between the participants. They're discussing, they're sharing information with each other, they're networking in the chat, and because of that there can be a possibility that your question gets missed out. So that's why I'll not advise that you should put your question in the chat. Please put it in the Q&A so that I have a visibility on it. And if it is possible for me to answer your question right then and there, I'll do that. If it is not possible, then we'll take it up in the question answer round towards the end of the session. All right. So again, just reiterating what I just mentioned. For questions, use Q&A. For other discussions, so if you want to share information about yourself, you want to connect and network with other wonderful business owners who are joining us here today, for that you can use chat. In fact, I am also going to seek your inputs from time to time, and for that we will be using chat. So that we can keep interacting amongst ourselves. So for that, we will use chat. Chat should not be used for question. It is not like technically you can't put it. It will give you an error message. Nothing of that sort will happen. But your question might get missed out. I may not see it, and you will not get a response. Obviously, not an ideal thing to happen. So for that, put the questions in Q&A. So that is one. Now, if you put a question in the Q&A, when will I answer it? So because I'll keep the Q&A panel open on the other monitor, and I'll keep peeking into it from time to time. So if it is possible for me to answer that question as part of my discussion or my presentation, I will do that. If it is not possible, then we will take it up towards the end. We will dedicate 10-15 minutes, and that's where we will discuss all the question. All right. So perfect. This where let's get started. And once again, good evening and a warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar. And I am going to start sharing my screen. And in next few seconds, you'll start seeing my screen, and we will proceed ahead with today's presentation. Now, based on my interactions with a lot of business owners like you, uh, what I've done, because this is not the first webinar that we are doing wherein we have explained that what are the changes that you should be making, or how you should fix your online store. There has been previous webinars as well, and that's where we realized that many of you want to understand a solution, or you uh, understand, or you realize in the webinar that these are the pain areas, these are the problems that are there, and we have to fix them. But then how to fix them, although we try to explain it in the webinar as well, but a lot of time you get distracted, or for some reason you forget about it, and then it becomes difficult to implement. So what we are going to do this time is we are going to use the presentation, and in the presentation itself, I have embedded the tutorial videos. I'll give you all a copy of the presentation, and in the presentation, you have all the tutorial material available at one place, so you know which problems are to be fixed and how you have to fix those. All that information is available at one place. So let's get started. But before that, let me share one important thing with you, and that is something very basic that you have to fix. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I'll appreciate if someone from the audience can confirm that you're able to see my screen. I've started sharing my screen, and what you're seeing on the screen is a demonstration account that we are going to use for today's demonstration or discussion, but we will be using it for few discussions only. So this is a demonstration account, and I've opened the seller panel as well. Now, the point which I'm trying to explain to you, or which is something which I'm getting started with today's discussion, is creating a advanced store. What I have seen that many of the users, when they are signing up, when they are creating their account, they simply sign up and create their account, and then they simply start uploading the product, which is also okay. There is technically something that you can do. That's why you are doing that. So you can do that. But what it does is it just adds the products to your profile. So, for example, if I take you to this business's profile, which is Royal Taste Dry Fruits. So in that case, it is only profile. You don't get an online store. You don't get any links, etc. You can't share it with your prospective customer. Nothing that sort. You can certainly list these products on the GlobalLinker marketplace, but other than that, in terms of visibility, or if you tomorrow want to run online advertising, you want to run digital campaigns, etc., you'll not be able to do any of that, right? So the first suggestion that I would want to share with you, that if you have created your catalog store, then I would advise that you should convert it into an advanced store, because that's where you'll get more features, you'll get more benefits, advantages, etc. Right? So I am not sure if we have the profile. Yeah, here we have the profile. So this, where you can see it is just few products which are added to the profile. That's it. Whereas if I have to show you examples of online store, I'll just very, very quickly show you. Let's open these ones, and I'll open few more. All right. So, and my internet is a little slow today, so they'll take some time to load up. Yeah, now that is load up. So this is an example of an online store. Now, if you're comparing the two things, this is just a profile, and again, you don't have that flexibility to share a particular product, etc. You don't have a very presentable form of website, etc. But here, the story is entirely different. This is where you can see there's a entirely full-fledged website with a lot of information about the business, about the products, etc., what they're offering. There's another example. This is another example of a natural beauty products brand. This is an example of a business that is into manufacturing and export of equipments which are required for sports stadiums, etc. This is an example of a business that is into contract manufacturing of matchsticks. So this is what you can create. So if you're doing that, you hope you have all understood. You're all business owners, so I don't think I have to uh, put a lot of emphasis on that fact that this is where you are losing out on the opportunity. This is a very well presented or a huge upgrade as compared to what you are getting there. That's where you're just getting a listing on Global Income Marketplace and a very basic profile with product listing. This is where you are getting a full-fledged online store. So if it is not too much of an effort, please convert. And how you are going to convert is click on convert now. There are three, four more screens that you have to go through. Complete that. I'll share a tutorial video with you on how you can go through it and set up an advanced online store, right? This is where you'll be able to achieve a lot more from your online store. All right. So this is the first suggestion I wanted to share. We will minimize it, and we will quickly go to the presentation that I had created for today's webinar. All right. So Let's begin. I have not given my introduction, so let me give that as well. My name is Adnan. I'm Director SME Commerce Growth at GlobalLinker. My functional or focus area at GlobalLinker is definitely digital commerce, but in addition to that, I actively work on sharing education or sharing knowledge with business owners like you. Because in today's day and age, you will also agree that there is no shortage of technology solutions or solutions that can be used to grow the business. But how many of us actually know how to use them? In fact, the online store is a classic example. The solution is very powerful, but how many of us actually know how to use it? All the features, etc. So that's where, because of the knowledge gap, our business owners are getting left behind, or they are not able to grow at the desired pace. And that's where, if we are providing the right knowledge, nice information with them in the simplest possible manner, they'll be able to use that information. And that's where we conduct a lot of training sessions and webinar. I've conducted more than 500 such sessions and had the wonderful opportunity of connecting, networking, and sharing a little bit of information with more than 12,000 businesses in various countries. So that is a quick introduction about myself. I'll share my contact information with all of you. So all of you are more than welcome to connect with me. Let's move on. Let's get started. So how to complete your online store. So this is where what I've done is I have diagrammatically tried to represent what are the areas where we have to focus. And it may look like a octopus and very intimidating, very scary type of octopus, but this is all very, very simple. And we'll go through each of the component one by one, and you'll understand like how simple and how easy it is. And you have all the knowledge and all the material available. And in today's day and age, AI is also available. So at a lot of places, we can leverage AI and we can do all these things on your own. Now, one common apprehension which I had been receiving for last let's say 5 7 years, and that is related to lack of technical know-how. Somehow people believe that if I am not very well versed with the computers, I may not be able to do all these things. But that may have been a reality in the past, but not today. In today's day and age, the technology solutions are so simple that even if class fifth student can do it, right? So it is very simple, very easy. If you understand it, you'll be able to do it. Don't worry on that. We are here to help you out. You have all the knowledge, all the material available, and if required, one of our team member will connect with you and will guide you through the process, right? So don't worry on that. Now, coming back to the scary octopus that we are all looking at on the screen. So this is where let's go through all the components one by one. And I'm going to start with the most important component that we have on the online store, and that is the product component. Now, there's where another unwanted piece of knowledge, but I'm sharing with you. And why am I sharing with you is again because I understand, and this is something which I'm sharing based on my interactions, that a lot of people believe that if their business is discovered, so if they create a website and add information about their business, that should suffice, that should provide them good discoverability, and like buyers, potential buyers should be queuing up to do business with them. But nothing of that sort actually happens, because a shift which is happening, and it has already happened, is that how discoverability is now taking shape. So the business discoverability is a thing of the past. Now it is product or service discoverability which is happening. So when prospective buyers or potential buyers, when they are looking for your product or services, they're not searching for your business, they are searching for what you are offering, product or service, right? So that is where the product content is extremely crucial. Otherwise, you're out of the race, right? So you're not even losing out on the race. You're not running behind. You are out of the race if you are not focusing on this. This is extremely important and extremely crucial. And keeping it updated is equally important. All right. So what are the constituents? So you have product title, summary description, product long description, meta title, meta description, product images, image alt images, etc. So there are number of components that you have to work on, and we will discuss them individually as well. And then once you have addressed this, then you have the non-product component, which is your policy pages, because those are required by the law to be there on your website. Then you have business information pages, simply about us, company profile, like that. Then you have user generated content, which is product reviews, testimonials, etc. And finally, you have blogs, which is a very, very powerful and interesting medium to engage users and also to improve the searchability of your online store. So this is the second leg. This is the first leg, and this is the second leg. Then we have a few more legs. Then you have the meta content. This is another thing which a lot of businesses miss out on, wherein this is the search related information that you have to add on your website. And again, it may sound very technical, like search engine optimization. We don't know, we don't understand. You are not required to know. AI is there. You can use AI and it can create everything for you in matter of minutes, and you have to just input it. So very, very easy process, and we will certainly discuss that in detail as well. And then you have integrations. So integrations is crucial, because otherwise your website is a black box. You don't know how many people are coming, from where they are coming, what is their demographics, what is their profile, where did they go, which page did they visit, what product did they saw, how much time did they spend. Nothing of that is accessible to you unless you have done these integration. So these are various integrations that are already available on the platform, and which you must have on your online store or on your website. Now, other than integrations, we have transactability, which is optional only for B2C or D2C. So if you are wanting to receive orders from the customer, that's where you should have a payment gateway and logistic integration. And then you have sales channel. So sales channel, you have your online store. Now, in addition to your online store, you have GlobalLinker Marketplace, you have Indian Business Portal. If you are into exports, you can list on both GlobalLinker Marketplace and Indian Business Portal. And then you have ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce, which is again for B2C. But if you are interested, you can also list on them. So these are various opportunities that are connected with your online store, and you should be leveraging all of them. So this is the discussion agenda for us for today's session. Let's start, and let's dissecting each of the legs of the octopus so that we can achieve our objective. So the first one is the product content. Now, for product content, let's quickly try to understand what are the different elements of the product content. So this is where what I've done is I've taken a screenshot of one of the sellers. In fact, I showed their website to you a little while ago. So this is where let's understand. So visible product content is the product title. Now, what is the best practice? I've written it down there in the slide, but I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to explain to it. So your product title should be descriptive, and it should consist of keywords. So that's where keyword analysis comes into play. I'm not sure how many of you are actually doing this process, wherein you are going out using various tools. When I say going out, I didn't mean going out of the office in the market. I said you're actually trying to identify which are the relevant keywords for your products, or the high traffic keywords. I hardly see businesses doing that activity, although it is not a very complex activity, or that would require you spending a lot of time. There are tools available which you can easily use. If you're dedicating 1 hour, you'll be able to identify the keywords. In fact, you can use AI, and AI can do that for you very, very quickly. But this is crucial and important that you should be including the relevant keywords in the product title. Don't do a keyword stuffing, like you have used a keyword so many times, imagining that it will give you a lot of traffic. Don't do that. It will be acting adversely against you. So it should consist of keywords, features, specifications, etc. Right? So this is where you can read I'm not sure how big it is on your screen, but it is the product name and what it is doing. It is cleansing and hydrating. It is making the skin glow, and detoning as well, daily use, normal dry skin. So all the relevant informations and what features are there. So it can be used for normal and dry skin, and it is cleansing and hydrating. So all those things are included. Right. This is a natural beauty product example. Now, for a computer and IT example, it will be the model, whatever it is, laptop or printer, and then followed by specifications of the product. How much is the RAM? How much is the hard disk? How much is the SSD, etc., etc. So all that information can be there. Now it has advantages. You may be thinking like creating such a long product name may be counterproductive. No, actually, it has its advantage. One is with the search engine optimization. Second is with the customer's understanding of the product, because that's why just looking at the product title, they are able to understand the product, or at least make a sense about the product, and then they can proceed ahead. So that is the product title. Then you have summary description. So this is the brief description of the product. Now, this is where I have seen people get carried away and they add a lot of content here. You should not do that. This is where the best practice is. It should have one paragraph, just one paragraph, which should have not more than four sentences, one paragraph, not more than four sentences long, and then followed by bullet points about the features, specifications, benefits of the products, so that a person, when they're looking at this information, within few seconds they are able to understand it and then make up their mind, right? So this is where we don't have to give a reading exercise to the buyer. We have to help them out in making the purchase, right? So this is where almost as if we are helping them out, and we are very, very quickly explaining to them, because if we are getting into a very long story telling, the customer may get bored and go away, right? So we don't have to tell a very long story, very sharp, very precisely. We have to share with them what the product is, what is their features, specifications, etc., so that they can quickly make up their mind. Now, this is where again we have to ensure that the relevant keywords are properly placed. All right. So this is the second place. The third place is your long description. This is where you have the additional information, and this is where it should be around 100 words, or it can be more than 100 words as well. And this is where you can be descriptive, you can be detailed, and you can explain about the products in a detailed way. Now, so if we are going through the customer journey, so customer came across your product, they just read the product title, and that's where they realize this is something which I'm looking for. Let's understand it further. So they clicked on it and this page opened up. Now, the very first thing that they will do is they'll review this information, and if required, they'll go through the images. So this information and the images will help them make up their mind, right? This is what I was looking for. It has this benefit, that benefit, the specifications, etc. Right? So they are now made up their mind that we have to explore this product. They haven't taken that purchase decision yet, but they are hooked. Now, this is where you will be adding more information to them. So anything that the customer may need to make that purchase decision. So this is where you have to put yourself in the buyer's boot and try to imagine what kind of questions a buyer may have. And for that, you have to create that information. You don't have to create a FAQ document here, but you have to create the content in a way that all those questions that the buyer may have, you're answering them here, so that they can make up their mind, they can make that purchase decision, and then click on add to cart and proceed ahead. So this was the visible content. The invisible content is the meta content, which consists of meta title, it should not be more than 60 characters, and meta description, which should not be more than 155 characters. And then you have image alt text. So all these images have a image alt text, which is basically a description of the image. So you have to basically describe the image. Again, if you're finding it difficult to write it yourself, use AI. You have to just upload the image and AI will create the alt text for you. All right. So this is related to the product. Any questions related to the product content creation? If not, we can move ahead. So if you have a question, add that in the Q&A. All right, so I don't think there is a question. So let's move on. So this on this slide is the next slide. We were looking at the previous slide. This is the slide we were looking at. In the next slide, I've added four tutorial videos. You can review them. So this is where how to upload the products, how to bulk upload the products, how to set up the navigation, or how to add product filters. So all the product related tutorials are embedded on this slide, and you'll get the copy of this presentation. All right, so let's move to the next one. We don't want to play any of these. Let's understand the non-product content or business information content, as we call it. So, what all does it consist of? So, business information pages about us, company profile, our team, our story, our mission, vision. You can create as many as you want, but at least one should be there. And that's where, again, you can leverage AI if you're not very confident about creating this content. In fact, you can even get it designed using AI. You can give it instructions and it will properly design it for you. So you can even get it designed, but at least the product content, the business information content can be created. You can give it very basic inputs. In fact, in one of the webinars, I had explained how you can create it. I'll try to share the link of that webinar using AI, how you can create it. So I'll try to share the link. So this is one piece of information that you have to create. The second is the policy content, and these policies are already there on your website. So if you go to your online store's control panel, click on my store and then on pages, and that's where you will see all these policies, and the content is pre-created. Please review it, and if you want to make any changes to it, you can make the changes and then you can enable the policy. Then we have user generated content, which is product reviews, testimonials, and case studies. Product reviews is very important because it gives that satisfaction, it gives that psychological satisfaction to the customers when they're making the purchase, because there is always a level of uncertainty unless you are a very popular brand and you have spent crores in creating that brand reputation, etc. Otherwise, every business has that level of uncertainty associated with it. You're not sure how the product is, and that's where people heavily rely on product reviews. So that's where one is you should be monitoring the product reviews. At the other end, you should also encourage your buyers in putting up the product reviews and adding the product reviews. Now, sorry. Now, people generally are not very excited, or they're not very enthusiastic about doing anything. So that's where you have to encourage them, and you can encourage them by giving a discount coupon. So please write a product review, and we'll share with you a discount coupon of 10% or 5%, which you can use on your future purchase. So you can incite them, you can incentivize them to write the product reviews. Otherwise, it is highly unlikely, unless the person is extremely dissatisfied with you. Only the dissatisfied customers come and write the reviews. The satisfied ones don't do that, which is actually unfortunate, because that actually helps the business. The satisfied customers actually help the business, or create that positive aura around the product, but they don't tend to do that. So that's where you'll have to request them or give them a reason to do that additional effort. And that's where the product reviews will help you significantly. And then you have testimonials. So you can seek testimonials. Those can be in form of videos, or those can be in form of short notes, etc., from your existing customers, and you can display them on your website. Again, something that will help you in creating that positivity or positive aura around your business. And then you have case studies. So case studies are also very important, but uh, unfortunately, ever since we left the college, we haven't seen a lot of use of case studies, but they are actually very, very powerful. So, using case studies, what you can do is you can demonstrate how you help a client solve a particular problem. So, it may be related to anything and everything. For example, we are looking at a natural beauty product brand. So, this is where you can create a case study that how their products help a particular client in reducing acne problem that they were having, right? So those case studies can be created, and they can help you demonstrate in front of your customers that how you are helping your clients in solving their problem. So a more elaborate form of testimonials you can consider, or a story that you're telling from your side. A testimonial is something where a client is talking about you. This is where you are telling that story, that this is what has happened, right? So it is almost like a storytelling that you're doing for the case study. All right. Now the last one is blogs. So blog is something which is again underutilized. It is a very, very powerful tool that all of you have, but hardly few utilize it. It allows you to share content on your website that increases the engagement, right? So if a person visits a website, they are generally looking for something. They are looking for product, or they're looking for information. Now, product is something, or service, in case you're a service provider, you will already have that, right? So you already have that. So we are catering to one reason, but the other reason why people can actually come to your website is information, but you're not doing anything around that, right? So you're a subject matter expert. You have a lot of industry domain expertise that you can share. And like if we start talking, you can talk for days and days because you have such a good knowledge about your business. Now, those knowledge pieces can be articulated in form of blogs, and those can be presented so that people have now two reasons to come to your website. One is to product, and one is for knowledge or information. Now, that knowledge or information also translates into customer, because the next time they have to look for your product or service, or look for what you're offering, you will certainly be the first choice, because they have acquired information from you, and they can relate to you. So that's why they will come. So that is one angle. It also helps you boost your search engine ranking, because you tend to become a subject matter expert. And that's where what search engines value is, if I am sending a person, so if they're sending me to your website, then how much time I'm spending there, how much engaged I am. If I'm more engaged, they will need, this is a good website. People are very engaged. Let's send more traffic. Let's improve the ranking. Let's send more traffic to it, because people are engaged. They're spending more time. So that's how you improve the engagement. Because otherwise, on a typical e-commerce website, there is hardly any engagement. People come see the product, check out. So not spending a lot of time, but with this one, you'll be able to improve your search ranking. You'll be able to increase the engagement, and obviously contribute as well. And there are few areas, because this is another thing which people have asked me, that okay, you say that blogs are good, but what should we write in the blogs? So problems and how to solve them. You must be knowing that your products or service offerings are solving the problem, certain problems, and how to solve them. Journal and situational matters. So even during the pandemic, a lot of people wrote art blog articles about how their products or service offering is solving the problem. So journal situational matters, or interesting topics that are related to your products or your business. So around those also you can create blogs. All right. So let's move on. And in case you're wondering how should we be doing all this, there is tutorial material available. So this where again there are 4 or 3 videos that I've embedded in the presentation, how to review and activate policy pages, because this is required by the law to be there on your website. So it's very important how to create content pages and how to add blog articles. So all the 3 topics are covered here. All right. And we are not going to watch these. We will simply move to the next topic, then, that is meta content creation. So where all we have to add the meta content. So product detail page is something that we have already seen. So on for each product, you have to add meta title and meta description. Other than that, we have to add it on home page. We have to add it on the category listing page. In case you on the category listing page, you have added a banner. So in that case, you have to add the image alt description as well. And on the content pages, you have to add meta title and description. And in case you are using an image, for that, you have to add image alt. And for blogs, you have to add meta title and description. Now, I have just gone through this octopus, but and it is actually not an octopus because it has only 5 legs. So, but any which ways, coming back to the diagram. So I've just gone through, but I'm not sure how many of you even know what is meta title and description. So if I switch the browser very quickly, and take you to this screen, and let's search for something. Let's search for buy shoes, and we will quickly scroll down. Let's look at the Nike's example. Men's shoes Nike in. This is the meta title. And all this information that you're seeing in the gray color, this is the meta description. Or let's see any other campus shoes. So this text which you're seeing in the gray color, campus shoes, buy footwear online for all of your needs. This is the meta title. And this text, explore men's, women's, kids' footwear at Campus Shoes online store in India. Get up to 50% off. Order now, fast delivery, and 50-day easy return. This is the meta description. All the numbers, etc., that you're seeing, those are coming from a plugin, so you will not see them. So that is meta title and description, and you have seen how it is displayed. Is that the only use case? And this is why I am stressing so much that you should be creating the meta title and description and adding to the product, not that only. And this is where let's use a real life example that we all can relate to. We have all been to medicine store, the chemist shop where we go to buy medicines, right? We have all been to there. I can't imagine anyone not having the opportunity to visit a chemist shop. All of us have done that. So when you go to a medicine store or a chemist shop, you'll notice that it has a very peculiar layout, right? So there are a lot of shelves, and in all those shelves, there are small boxes in which the medicines are kept. Now, if you go to the gentleman at the medicine store, the chemist store, and you ask him, give me a paracetamol, a strip of paracetamol tablets, so he will go to one of the shelves and pull out one of the box and open that box, pull out or take out a strip of paracetamol and hand it over to you. Right? That's how it does. Now, imagine that the person who goes to the shelf, takes out the box, and gives you the paracetamol, that chemist or the gentleman who is doing that, that is Google, right? That is Google. And all that shelf thing where the boxes are kept, that is the entire server infrastructure where they are storing the information about the information that you have on your website. That's where they're storing it. Now, a person comes to Google and says, I want to understand about this, or I'm looking for this. So that's where it will go to a particular place on their server, pull out the information and show it. That's how they are displayed on the search page. So if you have not added this information, in that case, firstly, you'll be like way below. And because Google will not understand like where it should put you, in which box it should put you. So that's where your probability of showing up at the right search will be low, and you may end up, even if you're showing, you will be very, very down below. So this is very important piece of information. Another important aspect which you should not miss out on is that a lot of people actually read this, and then only they click on it. So if this is not like very, very popular, again, your chances of getting a click are low. So it is extremely important piece of information which should be there on each and every page. A lot of people just focus here on the product detail page, nothing else. But you have the entire website. You should be focusing on each and every page which is there on your website. Only then you can have some visibility there, right? So extremely important. Again, just hearing the name, meta title, and description, which is again sounding very alien and technical, people feel intimidated, like how will we be able to create this? You don't have to create it. AI is there, and it will do a much better job that you can do it yourself. Use AI, and it is very simple. Within a matter of seconds, you'll be able to create it, and it will do all the research, etc. In fact, in one of the webinars, I had explained how you can use it. I'll try to share the link of that webinar. All right. Otherwise, it is embedded in your online store as well. You can use AI to create the content. Now we have integrations. So integrations, this is where what all integrations should be there on your online store. So this is where you must have integration with Google Analytics. And again, all you have to do is to use a Gmail's ID, sign up on Google Analytics. Once you have done the sign up, it will give you a ID. You have to just come and copy paste on the seller panel, and you are done. Then you have Google Tag Manager. Tag Manager is extremely crucial because in the conventional period, and conventional period is not like very, very far away, decades ago. No, few years ago, what was happening was there were many, many tools that any website was using. So, for example, you were running ads on Facebook, Instagram, and you were also promoting on Google. And as well, there was a lot of tracking which was happening. So each platform had its own tracking things, and those were placed on the website. And because of those tracking things, websites were becoming slow. How to solve for that? So that's where your tag manager comes into play. So single one instance integration with your website and any tracking tool that you are using, whether it is from Facebook, Meta, or any other tracking rule like Hotjar or Microsoft Clarity, you are integrating all of them using just one single integration, right? So it does not impact the speed of your website. Then you have Google Search Console, extremely important integration. Again, very simple. Using a Gmail ID, you'll be able to create, and these are all free integrations that you can use, free tools which you can use. Now, Google Search Console, on the other hand, Google Analytics helps you understand who came to your website, not the identity, but how many came to your website, from where did they came, what was the demographics, which computer browser did they use, which page did they visit. You'll have all that. You can even do a funnel analysis. A lot of analysis is available. And if you have conversions, like people are placing orders, you will even be able to track like what was the conversion that you received. So you get all that information. Google Search Console, on the other hand, helps you understand how your website is performing on Google. How many pages are indexed, how many pages are not indexed, why they are not indexed, and then you can work on fixing the issues. So Google Search Console, then you have Google Merchant Center. So Google Merchant Center is for Google Shopping. So if we go back to Google, this is where you have shopping. A lot of shopping ads are displayed here, but there is a dedicated shopping tab here. Now on the top, obviously these are sponsored, so these are ads, but down below here, this is where you can showcase your product. And even if you are not a B2C seller, you are someone who's wanting to receive inquiries, even then you will be able to showcase your product. So this is something which you should consider. And again, integration is very, very simple. Lastly, you have Microsoft Clarity. So Microsoft Clarity is a tool which complements the investigation that you're doing on Google Analytics. So on Google Analytics, you are understanding like how many people came to my website. Oh, okay, they visited this product. So you know that I have product A and 10 people visited it. What did they do? Those 10 people, when they visited your product A, what did they do? You can, if they checked out, you will know that they checked out. So two checked out, still what did the 8% do who came to that product? Which information did they spend? Did they scroll down and read the long description, or they did not scroll down? Which images did they see? How much time did they spend? Did they looked at the zoomed view of the image? You don't know any of that. That is the information that you get from Microsoft Clarity. So it is almost like you have a camera on the website, and it is recording everything which the customers are doing. Obviously, not the personally identifiable information. So you'll not be able to see their names or contact information, but you'll be able to see their actions, where they are clicking, what pieces of information they are seeing, and how it is appearing on their system, on their device. You'll be able to see all that. So you will be able to see what did all those 8% did using Microsoft Clarity. So you'll be able to see which description did they read. Did they read just a summary description, or they scroll down to read the long description as well? And you have uploaded 5 images. So out of those 5 images, which images did they saw? On which images did they zoomed in? So all the customer interaction which is happening on the website, you'll be able to see all that. using Microsoft Clarity. So you'll be able to make a more informed decision, because the Google Analytics is more of indicator, it is more data driven, but this is more user action driven. You will also be able to see the heat map of the user's click. So on your homepage, you have created few banners. You'll be able to understand where the people are clicking and where they are not clicking, so that you can work on the content, you can improve the content. All right. So that is related to integrations. Transactability, this is where we have two components: payment gateway activation or cash on delivery activation. And for logistic, you have courier activation, shipping zone setup, and warehouse setup. Warehouse is basically your pickup location. So you can have a store, you can have a factory, you can have go down. So depending on from where you would want the pickup to happen. So for that, you can set up the warehouses. Shipping zone is used for charging delivery fee from the customer. These are for B2C sellers. If you are not a B2C seller, this is not relevant to you. And then you have courier service activation. So we have integrated with the leading courier service providers like ShipRocket and Ship. So you can utilize their service to deliver the orders to the customer. So this is related to transactability. Again, how you can activate payment or logistic. I have added tutorial playlist because there were so many videos that it was not possible to add everything to single slide. So these are two playlists. This is the logistic playlist and this is the payment activation playlist. So both the playlists are embedded here. Then we have sales channels. And for the sales channel, we have online store. And then in addition to online store, you have three more channels. You have GlobalLinker Marketplace, which is a cross-border B2B marketplace. You have ONDC, which is catering to B2C customers, open network for digital commerce in India. And then you have Indian Business Portal, which is an international trade hub for Indian exporters and foreign buyers to do business. Again, how you can list on all these sales channel is explained in these videos, which I've embedded in the presentation. So you can review these tutorials and you'll be able to understand the process. But if you feel stuck or if you need any help, do feel free to reach out to our help
Hi,
desk.
my name is Adnan. I'm Director SME
As
e-commerce
business
for the
owners and business professionals,
Do
it
you want
is
to showcase your
your
product
joint
or services on
responsibility
Indian
to
Business
action
Portal?
upon any
Let me guide you
opportunity that
through
can
this.
help. All right, so I was able to close the presentation. So this where we'll now break into the question answer round. And as I mentioned, I am going to share with you the recording of today's session along with the copy of this presentation. We will email it to you. I will share the link as well shortly. So you can review it and you can ensure that your online store is properly set up. We will now start taking the questions. And let me see. So I can only see there are three questions. Okay, now people are adding questions. So please continue to do so. In the meantime, I will share the uh, I will share the contact details. So let me do that. Very interesting comment. I was just reading as I was adding, and I have mistakenly shared my contact details with host and panelist only. So let me do that once again. But I was mentioning to you that a very interesting comment I noticed in the chat, and I think the comment was from Tulsi. And the comment was how to integrate with own website. What you're getting here, the online store is also your own website. I'm not sure if you were there. So initially, when we started the session, I showed a few of the examples of the businesses that have created their own online store on the platform. It is a much more feature packed than your own website. So consider utilizing it as your primary website, because this where once at one end you have more features, at the other end it is extremely economical. So as a DIY solution, there is no cost and you can literally use it for free unless you are utilizing premium features. It is only then you have to upgrade to a premium package. Otherwise, it is entirely free. All right, so let's start looking at the questions. Now, the first question is from Arogyam. And the question is how to change the default currency. So it is very simple. You have to go to the store settings, and from there you can change that. I Let me see if I can share with you a tutorial video on how you can change the default currency. Just allow me a few seconds to do that. So I'm sharing with you, and I'm also adding it in the comment chat how to change the default currency of your online store. Next question is from Mohammed Idris Ali, and the question is in the product section, can I add or remove the content of the product on the website anytime? Yes, absolutely, you can do that. And don't imagine it as a one-time process. A lot of businesses do that, when you're uploading the product information, this is going to remain consistent. No, you have to improve it. So from time to time, you may realize there are certain keywords which are working better. You may improve the content, you may change the product title, etc. So it is an ongoing process, and you have the feature. You can update it manually, one product at a time. If you want to update it in bulk, you have like literally thousands of products and you want to update them in bulk, you can even do that. Uh, Next question is from Archana. Her question is, can we add the product prices in USD? Yes, you can do that. However, on the GlobalLinker marketplace, because it is currently focused on India, so that's where the prices get converted and displayed. But if a customer in US is looking at it, they will certainly see the prices in USD. But certainly you can add prices in USD. You have that option. You have to just change the default currency, and I've just added a video link of a tutorial video about how you can change the default currency of the online store. So you can also change that very easily. Within a matter of minutes, you'll be able to change that. Next question is from Sakshi. Can we do a listing in bulk? You can certainly bulk upload the products. That option is available. In fact, in the presentation, I've embedded one of the videos about how you can upload the products in bulk. Next question is from Ankush. Question is, can we export without any paid subscription to B2B site, only by Indian Business Portal? Yes, you can do that by creating your online store and listing on Indian Business Portal. Certainly, you will be able to do that. You can run a lot of free promotions, or you can leverage AI to do promotions. You essentially don't have to subscribe to a certain directory or discovery websites. Next question from Archana. So, Archana, I would recommend that if you're wanting to deal in larger quantities, then you should be either just listing your products on inquiry and hide the price. You do price on request so that the prospective buyer can reach out to you and they can specify the quantity, or you can add the pricing for smaller quantities, and the larger quantities customer or someone who's looking for buying larger quantities, they can use the send inquiry feature and they can reach out to you and they can express their interest to buy their product, buy your product in larger quantities, and then they can connect with you. On GlobalLinker Marketplace, we have also a tier pricing feature, so you can use that to show the different levels of tiers and the corresponding pricing. Next question is from Sakshi. Wants to understand any specific percentage GlobalLinker charges when the product is sold. No, we don't charge any percentage or any commission from our sellers. So we are providing a technology solution. We have a different revenue models wherein we work or co-brand with large organizations or trade bodies and offer them a subscription or a white label solution. And through that, we generate our revenues and through the various partnerships that we have. Uh, and we don't charge uh, SMEs for the DIY solutions. So if you're subscribing to a premium offering, then only we charge the premium subscription fee. But other than that, it is entirely free. So there's no commission which is charged by GlobalLinker. Next question is from Tulsi. Can we integrate? Yes, Razorpay is already integrated. You have to just sign up and activate your account, or if you already have a Razorpay account, you have to just put in the API keys and it will start working. The integration, technical integration is already done. So that was the last question where I can see in the Q&A. Let me go through the chats as well very, very quickly, just to ensure that there are no questions which are being left out. Uh, So very quickly, going through the first comment, it is from Envigiline, and the comment is, I am uploading catalog but not able to see the images. So I would request if you can drop an email with a screenshot of the issue and details about your online store on our help desk. Uh, we will look into it and we'll help you out with the issue, or if there's anything wrong that you're doing with the product upload, we will help you understand that. Next question is how to find inquiry for our products. So once you log into your account, you can see the RFQs. So you can go to the RFQs and it has a search. So you can search there and see if there's an open RFQ for your products. Just going through the chats in case you're wondering what am I doing. So I'm just going through the chats which are there. So I'm just looking at there are comments. Uh, there's a comment from Mr. Gopal. He joined in late. He wants to understand how can he get the information. So we will be sharing with all of you the recording of today's webinar. Next question is from Neha, has a query related to store setup. So Neha, please drop an email on our help desk email ID. I'm going to share it again here. And so we have a help desk, and I would request all of you that you should be. I've just started the help desk email ID. So if you're having any confusion, if you have any difficulty, please do feel free to drop an email, and one of our executive will connect with you. Uh, so next comment from Neha is that I've selected B2B template and I'm facing the issue the product category section is non-editable. Uh, and it is editable. You have to go to the store preview and from there. And the same is for your next issue wherein it is showing the dumming text. You have to go to store preview and from there you have to edit it. Next question is how can we get access to your tutorials after this session? So we will email the recording of today's session and we will also share the presentation that we have used in today's session. Next question is from Archana, wants to understand how to add a product. Archana, I would have loved to do that, but we have overshot our time, and explaining how to upload product is at least a half an hour or 45 minutes subject. So it will take some time. So I am sharing links of tutorial. I will also share a tutorial video on how to upload the products. Watch this, and still, if you have any confusions, you can reach out to us and we will have someone connect with you, take you on a screen share and guide you. So this is how a tutorial video on how to upload the products. Help desk email ID. Share that again once again. All right. Next question, which in Q&A, there are four more questions. So how many minimum products I have to upload to get more visibility? More the merrier. If you are dealing in 5,000 products, upload all of them. If you're dealing in 10 products, upload all of them. So whichever product you are dealing in, you should be uploading them. If you're not listing them, then you are doing injustice with yourself and your business. Next question I can see is from Anirudh Nayak. So, Anirudh, you have to reach out to FIO for the issue that you're facing with the Indian Trade Portal. There's an email ID I'll share with you. It is ibpd@fio.org. So, on that, you can drop an email and one of the FIO official will help and guide you. Last question, will we get the recording of today's session? Yes, all of you will get the recording of today's session. In fact, let me try to do that. I am sharing that in the chat. So this is the link for today's recording. I will put the download link of the presentation in a pinned comment so that all of you can easily access it, and we will also email it to you. Perfect. So this is where I think we should conclude the session for today. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for taking out your time and participating in this session. I hope you found the session informative and you're going to use this information, this knowledge to complete the online store and start growing through it. And if you need any help or assistance, please do feel free to reach out to us. Thanks once again. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Bye bye from our side for now.